Hey friends, it's Sherry from Crafting Sherry, and I'm glad to have you back in my studio. Today I'm going to show you a little bit of a down the rabbit hole crafting activity that I did. You see, I started out with a beautiful stamp set from Tim Holtz called Mr. Rabbit to make this guy right here. And I don't know about you, but Easter, lots of beautiful pastels and gorgeous colors to me. Now, I have a friend who is more elegant than I am. I'd say that she enjoys things that are distinguished and elevated. So I started to go through what I call like some neutral tones, trying to think of how I could use this very distinguished looking bunny, if a bunny ever could be distinguished, and come up with something that would really suit her so I could send her a card specifically. And as I got to this guy, I'm telling you, I was very happy with the results, but it just wasn't there. So join me as I go down the rabbit hole and pull out my BetterPress to embellish this card and make it from elegant to elevated. So come on friends, let's go make some smiles together. I got to sort of my next card, keeping it very classic and clean here. I started to feel like I wanted a little bit of a scene to come together on the inside, something that was going to work for me. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not yet particularly good at using, let me call it a little bit more like avant-garde or even sort of that mixed media look. I'm just not there yet. I'm still learning how to do that in a way that comes out to my liking. So I experimented a little bit with these stamps and thought, it's not exactly what I'm going for here and what I want to do. And I came across the Simon Hurley, his new design for Easter for the BetterPress plate system. And I really have been enjoying experimenting with the BetterPress system. When I first started using it, I followed every rule, only using the Spellbinders kind of recommended products, and then decided, I would go a little further out into some of my different inks, a little further out into some of my different papers, and I had the idea that today this might be exactly what we need with these bunnies here to come up with something that I could do as a little bit of a surprise and delight. Try that again. Surprise and delight scene inside the Easter card that I'm looking to make for my friend here. So I've got the BetterPress system and my big shot ready to go. And going to use a little bit of the Best Ever Craft tape. I'm choosing the tawny brown, which is kind of closest to what I can come to for this palette that I've been working with so far. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try using it on the same vanilla cardstock that I'm using to see how they come up. This set comes with beautiful dies as well too. So I'm going to try a full set of these, cut them out as a die, and see if it works on the paper that I've been using to see what we can come up with. So that's what we're going to do today, friends. Let's go. Okay, so here we are. I've just got a piece of vanilla cardstock in here that I'm going to use. On my BetterPress, I think they call this, not the plate, something else. What do they call it? Somebody put in the chat or in the comments if you could remind me what they call that, this plate type thing. And because I'm using a large piece of cardstock here, I don't need to be too careful about where I'm putting these bunnies from the Simon Hurley set. Got some nice little florals, a beautiful Easter egg basket. I want to give myself a little bit of room around so that I can die cut with some ease. So basically, just going to lay them out. Hopefully that's enough room around everything. Maybe a little close here. And this is too close, so we'll move the basket, my friends. We'll move the basket. Could be generous with our spacing. And then a couple different Easter greetings. So happy Easter, happy spring, and everyone's favorite, happy Easter. And we're going to ink that up with the now well-known, so this is the tawny brown BetterPress Spellbinders ink, sort of pouncing onto it with a little bit of a twist to get the ink on here. Now, I think if I were just designing with this for the first time for fun, I would probably use pastels, because to me Easter speaks pastels. But the friend that I have in mind specifically, she's just very elegant and beautiful, and I find that her love It's just not the same as mine for bright Easter colors or bright spring pastels. So I wanted to try something maybe more muted or maybe more classic here, or classical. But we'll see. We're coming up with this. And it's only paper. We have to try, right? That's an important thing to remember here, is that my art skills won't increase and grow if I don't keep trying things I haven't done before. So I'd like to be better tomorrow than I am today. So I'm going to try something that's just a bit outside of where I'm at in my current skills. I encourage you to try that too. So taped down that cardstock, putting it into my magnets, and let's give this a roll and see what we get. I do love how smooth this BetterPress moves through the Big Shot. I have a couple different machines like this, and this is my favorite combination so far that I've discovered. All right, big reveal. Let's move this out of the way. Cross your fingers for me. I feel pretty excited. How'd we do? Okay, it's good. I think I went too close here on the edge to be able to die cut that out perfectly. I feel like this tawny brown is much more brown than I thought it was. I thought it was a bit more sort of in that crumb coat category. So I'm underwhelmed with my color choice first, but I'm going to carry on and see what we can come up with this. So bear with me. We're going to get some die cutting done here. You know what I'm just wondering? I wonder if I did a second run through without putting more ink on, what that would look like. So let's just give that a quick try. Maybe the second run through, maybe it won't be enough ink that's still left there, but I haven't done this before. I'm going to try it because, again, I'd like to be better tomorrow than I am today, friends. Let's see what we can do. Maybe I'll move that one that's too close to the edge. That was this guy, right? Boop. Oh, I just did it. Kathy Zilski, you're in my heart, my friend. All right, here we go. Move the Big Shot back in. And I'm crossing my fingers. You know, I have a good feeling about this. I don't know how wet this ink stays for the couple of seconds there it took me to do this. But if you feel like drum rolling and your end of the world, go ahead. Let's learn. Okay, and so it clearly isn't enough ink for a second full roll. And maybe this will dry back a little bit more. But what I'm telling you is, see how those two rabbits there? I like this tone more than the darker brown. But I don't think there's any reason to abandon these results that we have so far. So let's die cut them and see what we can build. Okay, so Simon Hurley, BetterPress, Easter plates that we're doing here. So a reminder, this is the first version I did on the BetterPress with the tawny brown ink. That's the second version, not quite the way I want it to, but this is growing on me. Now, a couple of things. I was had lots of cardstock here that I didn't use well. This one's a little too close to the edge. This little guy too close to this bunny rabbit over here. I'm just going to take him off so he doesn't jam my tea. I don't mind when I'm doing paper piecing to do lots of little pieces, but these don't seem like a great use of my time and effort having to tape all of those down. But the bunnies, the basket, the beautiful graphics are gorgeous. So let's get that ready on the plate. Don't want to lose this guy, so I'm putting him back on my thing over here off screen. And I didn't check my sandwich before I hit record on this, so let's hope I've got a decent sandwich here. It feels like good tension. So going through. You know, some people I see go through one way and then back the next way. I find once you get your sandwich right, you just need to go through once. I can see that's through perfectly there. Let's see what we've got. Oh, look, you guys. Oh, Simon, you outdid yourself. Look, these are going to be perfect little friends for Mr. Rabbit here. Let me finish taking these apart now. Let's see, did my taping job very well here, how this side one came out. Yeah, you know what, usable, definitely usable. Another little floral here, and the nice tininess I've lost one. One's gone rogue. Little egg tininess. Now I feel sad that that little egg's not there. Are you the type of person that would go back and save that little egg? I think I might. So I'm gonna leave these on there for right now. Check out what we've got. So this is the negative piece from the basket. Don't need that. And where the heck did the other one go? Happy Easter is, found it. There we go. Static electricity, kept that one there. Okay, so this is the face place that I'm at. Very plain and simple. Like I said, my girlfriend that I want to make this for is very classic and elegant, and I'm always trying to up my game of what I send to her. So this is the basic way that I want the card, but I didn't really know what to do inside. So what I'm thinking is to create a little surprise and delight scene that these bunnies could be elevated inside in some way that would make her smile. I don't know if you have a friend that's like me, but a lot of my friends refer to me as extra. I am the extra friend among us. So those two bunnies I think are looking like they're good friends. Maybe what we can do is use some of the florals in a way that comes up with a decent little design. Maybe buy the basket, because I cut these out so I feel very passionate about them. Do this. Oh, you guys, it's coming together so sweet. All right, so happy spring might be, because I like to write her a note, so I like to leave myself some good space to write her a note. Okay, mental note, don't fold your card before you try doing an inside scene like this. So maybe I could put the happy spring down here. Happy Easter would not be hers, so I think I will save these little guys for another project. So happy Easter, but maybe a, just one reading, Sherry, just one. So maybe a happy spring. Now the other thing is she's in Arizona, so they already have spring happening majorly, so maybe I should say Easter so that it's more deliberate. Or maybe it could go on outside afterwards, but what do you think? Is that pretty? I think it might be. Let's try gluing it down and letting it dry and see where we get to. Okay, so some things we've already learned. Like I said, don't fold your paper, but this sort of got away from me. Actually, there's no reason that I'm using this folded card. Now that I think of it, it is a blank card that I was going to mount the cover plate on. Why don't I make my life easier by taking a flat piece of the same cardstock, ready to go. I have these in my desk drawer. And I kind of can see the halfway mark there. Now, if I was designing these on the outside of a card, I would be popping these up and tucking some cute things in behind them. But because I'm going with the look and feel of an inside little scene, I'm going to glue them flat down. And I don't want too much overlapping because I don't want the mail to get too thick as we go. But here's my general idea of, who remembers, was the basket with this guy over here? I think it was. I think we decided 2 tallish bunnies, a little floral embellishment for each of them, basket for this one. Maybe the notion of happy spring could go, no, I think it was better over here. That feels strange because I usually think a greeting in the card is over here, but that's okay. Okay, move these ones out of our way and just go ahead. Now, if you think your Misty is one of your favorite tools, and if you haven't yet got this guy here, you're missing out. It keeps the glue, so the glue is inside here. I've got the Nouveau glue that I'm using, and it is like a trigger that gives a squeeze to the glue as we're working, and it's got a great stand and setup so that the glue is always towards the tip of the bottle, so you can do constant fine detail. This one I've got has a tiny little nozzle on it, and I find this just to be a dream to use. In my craft studio, as soon as I get it started, whenever I let it dry for a little bit, I need to just check that it's all good to go, give it a squeeze, and I'm good to go. Okay, wish me luck. Generally speaking, like I said, these would be going on dimensionals, but we're going to give it a whirl as a flat inside scene. Now, if you like extra, I bet this would be pretty if you put a ream, a little bit of lawn, you know, maybe use a stencil down at the bottom to create some lawn for your scene. But I'm doing something that I want to keep very neutral. I can't wait to hear if my friend that I'm making this particular one for feels like I nailed it when it came to a little more classic, or if I should just stay with my own style and she likes seeing my stuff just fine as it is, but we'll see. So there's the first bunny down, and let's pretend that they're out looking for their Easter eggs, or hiding Easter eggs, I guess is the Easter bunny show. And we'll put this one, you could color these. I am just beginning my journey of coloring with beautiful Copic markers. My friend Sarah, oh, she is brilliant with Copics. Oh my gosh. I will invite her to come and do a tutorial with us one day soon, because I'm telling you, that girl's got it going on. Okay, so that bunny I want a little bit more angled. We're going to take the basket like this, put it down, pretend this little egg dropped to the side of it, give it a little bit of glue, have it wobbling off in the distance over here. Second bunny, I gotta say, Simon, if you're watching this, these are beautifully done plates. I am definitely going to experiment with these in my slightly truer Easter fashion of pastels. There's some really beautiful ones I'm gonna try this with, but I love the way they pressed in. And if you're from Spellbinders watching, don't worry. I most often use the linens that Spellbinders suggest because they are stunning. This one just happened to be a project I started and it was getting away from me. Should Bunny hold it? No, Bunny should not hold it. Should be between Bunny and basket? No. Yeah, the linen paper is gorgeous. Really something special. I love using it. But because I started a different project before I knew I was going to do anything with the BetterPress, I was on this beautiful paper that is not linen, which is okay. We're trying new things and we're expanding our use. So our little happy spring message there. All right, I feel pretty nice about this, friends. Let's see. I don't know that I've ever scored anything while it had items on the page already, but that's what we're going to do today. So there's my star. Got this nicely into the corner. I love a nice press, good and firm with my score buddy. Sometimes when I think of all the amazing tools that we have as card makers, it's the most simple ones. Like, I would be lost without my score buddy. What about you? Do you feel the same? It's the right tool for the job, I always say. Okay. So, there's our glue on the inside. Looking fine. Take Mr. Rabbit and let's get him. Now, I think the male would be very easily done with a raised Mr. Bunny on the outside. What do you think? Should I pop him up, or will I go ahead and just adhere him down? He's a little bit heavy. The black cardstock I used behind him, which, I don't know, do you guys cut out the inside here to save for another project? Sometimes I do. Not very often, though. I do like the stability this gives me on this cardstock. But away we go. I think I'm going to go right ahead with my glue. And I've noticed from all the videos that I watch, which, I mean, you guys, if you make videos, let me tell you, I probably commented, liked, and subscribed to them because I love them. It amazes me, the over-adherers among us. I think we have a healthy degree of paranoia that we don't want our card falling apart after we've spent this much time putting it together. So, Mr. Rabbit, you need to be squared up. Okay, so here's what I'm imagining. My friend is going to open this, and she's going to see this beautiful little scene inside, and I might take a colored pen and write my personal message to her right inside. But that's my card using both Tim Holtz and this beautiful Mr. Rabbit. I'm in love with him. And my first time ever using this press plate and die set. This is a Simon Hurley. I believe this might be one of his first sets as well too, called Spring Bunnies. And I'm excited. I hope you guys like this card. And now that makes it time for my favorite part of these shows, sending smiles. So I've been mentioning my friend. Her name is Rachel, and I love her. And she lives in Arizona, which is a very far way away from me. So I'm always trying to send her little examples of the things that I'm learning with our craft of making cards here. I hope you've enjoyed me putting this together, and I hope that she smiles when she opens it up at her end in Arizona. So it's going from here all the way to the beautiful desert. Here's a picture of her. I told you, she's elegant. Thanks for watching.